Our authors come from various backgrounds, not only from IBU, but also from other universities and the broader academic community, and we receive book proposals on ongoing basis. In addition, we are especially proud of the 7 scientific journals, which follow the highest publication standards and procedures guarded by our devoted and esteemed editorial board. So far, we have published more than 300 papers, although our focus has always been quality rather than quantity. And our journals are indexed and part of international online databases and platforms to ensure their discoverability and impact.
Balkan Journals is a department within Balkan University Press dedicated to publishing scholarly journals. Currently, Balkan University Press publishes 7 journals. Among the journals are Trends in Economics, Finance and Management Journal, the Journal of Law and Politics, the International Journal of Philology and Education, and the Journal for Natural and Technical Sciences. All these journals are covering different fields and areas of interest. In addition to these journals, in 2024, Balkan University Press launched 3 new journals. Among these journals are the International Journal of Art and Design, the Journal of Balkan Architecture, and the Balkan Research Journal. The Balkan Research Journal is a journal which is published in collaboration with the Balkan Research Center. I'm happy and proud to be part of this initiative.
Balkan University Press has established 6 book series, each designed to contribute to various fields of scholarship. I serve as an editor for 2 of these series, Introduction Book Series and Balkan Political Economy Series. Introduction Book Series focuses on producing Balkan University Press introduction books intended for use in the teaching process. And Balkan Political Economy Series explores the political economy of the region, and also the other series includes education, linguistics and literature, architecture and design, academic research series that based a multidisciplinary series aimed at supporting early career researchers, and academic çalışmalar serisi in Turkish, a book series dedicated to scientific publications in the Turkish language.
Authors interested in publishing a book can contact Balkan University Press on our website, ibupress.com. The book proposal submission form is also available on the website, both for the general category and for each of the book series. For submission of scientific papers, please visit the website of the respective journal that is most suitable for your research and contact the journal's secretary.
As we have seen in the introductory film, Balkan University Press is progressing to becoming a regional and global leader in the production of scientific knowledge. On this occasion, it is my honor to invite our esteemed director to the stage to deliver the opening speech.
Hello everybody, good evening. We wanted to organize this activity here in Inox to change our location. Also, we will organize our New Year party here. I just want to invite all of you now. Last year, by this date, we started the project for Balkan University Press. International Balkan University had published some book earlier in different series, in different sizes, in different style. It was a little bit ineffective, and maybe nobody knows that International Balkan University is publishing some book. And unfortunately, we had 6 journals. Their situation was not very good. Even they do not have a web page. Nobody can access that journal by that date. and also the journals at that time was publishing mostly papers from our academic staff. And it was impossible in that shape to be a part of global academic community and to be a good academic journal. In fact, we started this project for the journals in the initial phase, but later we expanded it for the books. And also now we have the third phase of this project for an academic, maybe blog page or an academic portal, info portal for the scientific research, for the academic developments happening in IBU. It is the third phase of our project. The first and second phase has been completed, and now we are ready to go to the third phase. First of all, we created some book series, some book projects. Ivana will introduce the books that we have published in this period and the books that we are planning to publish. As you will see, the books are mostly from our own academic staff. But now, from the next year, we will have some other books from outside. The real university publishers in global sphere are doing like that. They are publishing books from a broad academic circle. And as you know, the academic publication houses, the publication houses of the universities like Harvard University Press or Oxford University Press are the A+, highest ranked academic publishing systems and houses in the world. And it is too much prestigious to have book or to have a paper in the journals that's published by these university presses. In fact, we intended to create such an academic publishing house, such a university press, for the first step for the North Macedonia, then for the Balkan region, and maybe in the future for the European world. It is impossible to be at the stage of the global university press level, but all the journeys starts with the first step. This is not our first step, but maybe the second and third step. And I hope we will see the days that we are running, not walking but running. We did a good starting for the book publishing side. I insisted too much to some of our authors, they are now with us, to publish their books in our university press. Because a good starting says everything. You see some samples. And now we are proud to create a good publication ecosystem. We are publishing some good PhD theses by our assistants. We are publishing good research books by our professors. And also we are planning, the big project is the intro books, introduction books. If we may succeed that book series that is edited by Ahmet Hoca and Seyhan Hoca, it will bring us also a good academic success. We will use it in our courses, in our lectures, and also it will help us to create our own academic culture in our university. Of course, we cannot produce all the books in the courses, but we may still create some books for using in our courses. It is a big project. It is also related to create our own academic culture. University press is a tool for that, creating a good academic environment, good academic culture in the university. Depends on having a good academic press. Our goal was publishing 10 books in 24, right? And we are about to catch that well, one more month, and Ivana is always optimistic for these kind of issues. I said we started first creating project, but I forgot. We started first transferring Ivana for this project, and she helped us too much. She's not an experienced publisher, but learning faster, and always working and following the works. The second part of our project is the journals. The journals are too much important. We had 6 journals, as you know, historically. One of them was in the initial stage, the Journal of Art and Design. The name was different. I forgot there was a long name. We may count it as a new journal also for this phase. And we had 6 journals together with this art journal. We closed one of them. Unfortunately, the oldest one. We had to close because for 5 years, there was no issue published in that journal. Unfortunately, we had to close that because it wasn't a good image for us to have that kind of journal. And we added 2 more in the process. Now the first issue of these 2 journals is about to come out. One is Balkan Architecture Journal, and the other is Balkan Research Journal. In fact, these are good startings, and I think in the near future, we may think about publishing some departmental journals. We have some faculty journals now. We may broaden our project into departmental journals. I know dental medicine planning a journal. Maybe we may divide Journal of Law and Politics into different journals. Journal of Politics, maybe Balkan Research Journal can substitute it. We may need a journal specifically for the legal studies. In the future, I hope, 20 years later, 30 years later, maybe we may have some other more specific journals. But as you know, the economist knows this, the competitive advantage is an important term for us. There are too many journals in global sense, and we have to compete with them. Our competitive advantage is to be in the Balkan region. For that reason, we may focus our journals for the Balkanian area. It's our competitive advantage. And if you have competitive advantage in this manner, you may find a good place in the indexing ecosystem, and also the people who is working in that area, studying in that area, may be eager to publish with you because of, your journal is specific. And after this, we created good web pages for the journals. We collected archives of all journals. We digitalized all the papers, all the issues. We digitalized all the papers. We created the metadata for all old papers, all old issues, entries. Our research assistant, like any other works, helped us too much. And at the end, we created a specific web page for all journals. It is very important because the archive is everything. It is also related to referencing for these journals. The power of a journal comes from referencing. If your journal takes too much reference, the authors will be more eager to publish with you, and it will give you a good opportunity to select good papers. When the number of submission increase, you will have a good opportunity to select better papers or reject some papers. We, in a short period, we came there at that point. Now, it is important. 1 year before, I know some editors were anxious to find papers. Now we came to a point to reject some papers, not to publish some papers. It is a good pace for journal, publishing journals. Academic journals is everything for a university. If you have good academic journals, it is more important than having good academic staff, more important than having good students. Of course, I know having good academic journals depends on having good academic staff, having good academic atmosphere, having good students. But if you don't have journals, if you don't have a publishing ecosystem, sometimes having good academic staff meaningless because it doesn't go the natural end. And in this manner, I may say that I am an old journal publisher. I published many journals. For that reason, I know this ecosystem. The journals which I have published in the past now indexed by Web of Science, many of them. The top academic journals, they are top academic journals. And the ultimate goal for our journals is to be indexed by the highest ranked indexes. Web of Science and the other highest ranked indexes. Scopus, I forget always Scopus. And we will do it. We will do it. We have now the physical base. We created a good design standard for our journals, for our books. It is important to have a standard design for this. It is the beginning of publishing good journals. And later we created a good submission system. It is working full electronically, web-based program. We adapted it into our system. Now, from edge to edge, a paper can be submitted, evaluated, and published in that system. And also we created a good editorial board, a good working system for our journals. Our editors is selected for 2 years. And in every 2 years, the editor-in-chief for every journal will be changed. It is not necessary to change, but we will speak to changing the editors in every 2 years. It will create a dynamic publications system for us. It is a good background. The music is accompanying me. And as you see, I am not stopping because of that music. Huh? Yeah, it is specific for the day. We hired that guy. It is good and good ambience. And in the end of my talk, I may proudly say that we succeeded. It is good to say this because publication ecosystem is very hard, it's very complex, and we succeeded to create a good publication system. And I hope this will be a good heritage from us to the future generations. And I want to say thank you to Ivana. She worked very well, and also the journal editors, the editorial boards of journals, the serial editors, also our authors, our media team. Everybody have worked in a collaboration and created a good result. I hope we will not stop here and we will go beyond. What's our goal for the 25? Yeah, we will. Yeah, textbook. We will start. We will start intro books. We will publish around 15 books, including intro books. We will create a good a good store in IBU for selling our books and also selling other textbooks, course books. And also we will also organize some activities around our publications. It will be a good brand for International Balkan University. And congratulations and thank you for coming today.
Dear guests, now to provide detailed information and an introduction to the valuable books published by Balkan University Press, I would like to invite the press coordinator, Mrs. Ivana Beciragic, I'm really sorry, Beciragic, to the stage. Apologies.
Thank you. Yeah. Esteemed Rector, Vice Rectors, Deans, Professors, and colleagues, thank you for your attendance at this promotional event of Balkan University Press, especially because it is our after working hours. I am, as I was introduced, the BUP coordinator and editor. There is a saying that a person's worth is reflected in the books they have read throughout their life. I wonder if this holds true for editors as well, as we editors do not only read the books, but we select them, we help improve them, and ultimately produce them. For someone who loves books and idolizes research and academia in general, it is truly an honor to be trusted with this responsibility, and for this I am first and foremost thankful to our rector, Professor Sunar, who is in fact the visionary of Balkan University Press. Yes, IBU was publishing books and journals before he was our rector, but I can confidently say that now the quality standards are higher, not only in terms of the publication quality, but maybe more importantly in terms of the publication process itself. Because at the end of the day, it is the work methodology and the procedures that ensure the quality of the final product. Our mission is to provide the platform for publishing high-quality academic books and journals in multiple scientific fields, and this is what we're doing in our day-to-day business. Our long-term vision is to become the leading academic publisher in the Balkans and to set an example of excellence in academic publishing. To reach this aim, we are carefully planning our path ahead, trying to reach our goals one by one. This first year, we focused on building a strong foundation, establishing procedures, and building a robust publication infrastructure. At the same time, we're actively working on inclusion in digital platforms, indexing. In the midterm, we want to achieve financial self-sustainability and to increase our community presence through conferences, events, and promotions. This first year, our goal was to publish 10 books. Some of these books are published, some are in the final production phase, that is design and printing. I would like to read out loud the titles and to invite to the stage the authors. Please join me as I read out your name. Various Aspects of Language Education, an edited book by Professor Maria Stevkovska and Professor Mariana Klemencic. A book in architecture by Professor Maria Milošovskaja-Nakijevska and her colleagues from Slovenia, Professor Manja Hitak-Kuzman, and from Sweden, Professor Dick Sandberg. The book is titled Wood Reimagined, Sustainable Architecture with Engineered Wood Products. We have a book in Turkish language by Professor Ismail Gulac from Istanbul Medeniyet University and Assistant Professor Mumin Ali, who unfortunately was not able to join us today at this event. The book is about tekes and tombs in North Macedonia. Professor Jamil Bektovic wrote an amazing book, introductory book, a historical overview of philosophy of art. Professor Shener Bilyali, who wasn't able to join us due to a conference, wrote on the important topic of the representation of the Ottoman image in Macedonian history books titled Historiography Between the Lines. Assistant Professor Kristina Velichkovska adapted her PhD thesis in a great book, Socioeconomic Determinants of Income Inequality in Europe. Arbresha Ibrahimi, who wasn't able to join us, wrote a book also in architecture, Museums as Generators of Identity in Skopje, a great read. Following the Yahya Kemal Symposium, we are going to publish soon the conference proceedings book edited by Professor Mehmet Samsakce. Kefayet Edip, who wrote in the field of earthquake engineering, seismic risk assessment as basis for sustainable urban development. Last but not least, Professor Ana Kechan edited book, The Literary Fantastic in the 21st Century. So I would like to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. It was truly a pleasure to work with you, to get to know you. Thank you for your collaboration. Thank you for your professionalism, for the positive energy, and for contributing to creation of knowledge for our institution. Please, big applause for our authors. It will be printed soon, those of you who are not printed. This first year, we also established 6 book series in those fields that we notice have a lot of potential to generate, first of all, to attract high-quality book proposals and to generate high-quality publications. We consider these brands as these book series as our sub-brands, and we believe in these brands. Each book series has 2 book series editors who contribute to that brand through their expertise and their network. We mentioned the introduction book series. Professor Ahmet Lokce and Professor Seyhan Murtezan Ibrahimi are the book series editors. For the architecture and design series, Professor Maria Miloshavskaya-Nakievskaya and Arbresha Ibrahimi. Academic Çalışmalar is the Turkish book series. We will publish exclusively in Turkish language and aim to support the development of Turkish academic thought in the Balkans. Professor Seyhan Murtezan Ibrahimi and Professor Mumin Ali are the book series editors. Education, Linguistics, and Literature, Professor Maria Stevkovska and Ozlem Kurt, who was not able to join this event. Academic Research Series, Professor Snezhana Bilic and Professor Emin Idrizi. And Balkan Political Economy Series, again, Professor Ahmet Lokce. And for the first volume that is going to be published in April, if I'm not mistaken, the co-editor will be Andriana Boyadzievska-Danevska, and the book will cover the Macedonian economy from the independence until today. I'm happy to say that the motivation and the interest among authors is really high. We have received many book proposals, and the competition is rising by the minute. To say this as an economist, the resources are limited by nature, but I can promise you that BUP and me personally, I will always stand for and try to give the green light for high quality book proposals. For those of you who are thinking about submitting a book proposal, I strongly encourage you to do it. To do so, you should first of all visit the IBU Press website and submit your proposal through the online submission system. Please note that at this point, we only want to receive a proposal, not the whole book. Even if it is written, please summarize it for us. Then the system will redirect your proposal to the BOP coordinator and editor. This is me. In due time, together with the publication committee and the book series editors, we will make a decision for your proposal. If it is positive, we will organize a meeting to discuss all open questions, such as word count, such as deadlines, formatting, copyright. Then by the deadline, the authors should submit the first draft, again, through the system. Everything happens through the system. The next step would be editorial review, which is an overall assessment of the quality of the books done by me or the book series editors if the book was submitted for one of the book series. We will give you suggestions, we will give the authors suggestions, comments to prepare the second draft, which then will be sent out to external reviewers who are going to be identified, contacted by BUP. It's not your responsibility to do it. Actually, it can be a conflict of interest because your review stage is to ensure the academic integrity of our books. Then the final, of course, the authors should take into consideration the suggestions and comments of the reviewers, submit the final draft. The final draft is subject to proofreading, copy editing, design. They are assigned ISBN numbers, DOI numbers, and cataloging and publication from the National University Library. The last stage is printing, publishing, promotion. As per the current BUP policy, we are covering all the expenses. The other side of the BUP coin are the Balkan journals. Trends in Economics, Finance and Management Journal. Professor Ljuljeta Sadiku is the editor-in-chief, International Journal of Education and Philology. The editor-in-chief, Professor Iqbal Amitari Fetishi, Journal of Law and Politics. The editor-in-chief is Professor Kira Sharlamanov, International Journal of Technical and Natural Sciences, Professor Delcho Leškovski. Balkan Research Journal, that is published in collaboration with the Balkan Research Center, with our editor-in-chief, Professor Marijana Klemencic, International Journal of Art and Design, Professor Aleksandra Ristovska, and Journal of Balkan Architecture, with editor-in-chief, Professor Maria Miloševskaya-Nakievska. The three books in the bottom are, the three journals in the bottom are new, meaning that the first issue was published 2024. And I'm happy to say that three of our journals, Trends in Economics, Finance and Management Journal, International Journal of Education and Philology, and Journal of Law and Politics, were recently indexed in Copernicus. But of course, our efforts for indexation and improving the discoverability will not stop here. This is just the beginning. As we are dedicated to improve the impact of our journals in the next period. To improve the impact and the discoverability, we focused on this year, as I mentioned, publication. Part of our publication infrastructure are the website and the publication system. So we developed new websites. The websites are like the ID card of the journals, the visual appearance of the journal, and the websites are very important for prospective authors. Here they can find information about aims and scope, publication policy, formatting rules, open calls, and click on the Submit Now button to submit their papers. We provide rich metadata for each article, abstract references, citation, suggestion, details about the authors, their titles, institutions. We have an archive of the past issues, divided by years. We have detailed information for the editorial boards with biographies. And all papers are available online as separate PDFs and have DOI numbers to improve their discoverability in the online research ecosystem. We also developed the online submission system, which has many benefits, such as efficient workflow, peer review management, version control, online accessibility, data and analytics, archiving, preservation, collaboration. This raises the level of professionalism of our university press a lot, and I encourage you to use it at all times. Just a quick overview of the paper submission to publication process. The author submits the paper as the first step through the system. The first phase would be desk screening, preliminary evaluation, plagiarism check. Then the editor-in-chief finds reviewers. The reviewers submit their review and comments, fill in the forms through the system. In case, then the authors are supposed to take into consideration these comments and suggestions. In case of minor revision, the editor-in-chief can make the final decision, but in case of major revision, the paper is turned back to the reviewer to wait for their green light for publication. The next phase would be proofreading, graphic design, DOI numbers are assigned, the journal is published on our website, printed, and authors are notified to promote the journal on their social media, ResearchGate, Academia, Google Scholar, LinkedIn. We also care about the discoverability of our books. We created the IBU Press website where we put all the publications that we have published in the past. So far, your books were somewhere on your shelves or in your computer files. Now they are all available online. A few months ago, I was contacted by Edinburgh University Press, who asked me for a copy of the edited book by Professor Anna Ketchan, Reimagining the Works of Tolkien, which we were more than happy to provide because they were asking for it to make a review, book review, in the Journal of English Studies that is published on behalf of the Oxford C.S. Lewis Society. And now we have a positive book review in a prestigious journal. This would not have been possible if we hadn't done this. And of course, thank you, Professor Anna, and congratulations for your success. We will also, currently we're also using the journal to publish blogs, interviews, academic blogs, interviews. The next steps would be to improve the discoverability and impact of our publications, both the books and the journals. The formula for impact factor is the following: the number of citations divided by the number of articles published in the previous 2 years. Citations should now improve that we have good websites, we have DOI numbers, we are indexed. However, our efforts must not stop here. We need to apply for area indexes, and we need to diversify the pool of authors. This is very important. Not all the authors should come from IBU. Maybe changing the editors-in-chiefs can also help for this, because we access a pool of we access the networks of the editors-in-chiefs, and the book series editors also have this function for our press. I can say that the percentage of foreign authors coming outside of IBU and the region for the books is not that bad, especially because it is our first year. But as the rector said, we are going to make a lot of effort to improve this in the future. We want to include our books also in digital platforms, and to maybe send the books for book reviews in prestigious journals, try to reach the final audience, the focused audience, in this way as well. So I can overall say that we had a successful 11 months, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. However, it was a pleasure to collaborate with all of you this year, and I am really looking forward to reaching new milestones in the future. So thanks to all of you, to editors, to secretaries. I didn't mention the secretaries, who are very important for the work of the journal. And most importantly, looking forward to working with the authors in the following period. Thank you. The editors, as I learned, the moderator will call the editors of the journals, and they will give a short introduction of their aims and scope.
Thank you, Professor Beciragic. Now, in this following segment, we will introduce the esteemed academic journals published by Balkan University Press, and each editor will take the stage to provide insights into their respective journals. Now, we kindly invite Professor Iqbale Miftari Fetishi, editor of the International Journal of Education and Philology, to the stage to introduce her journal and its academic significance.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all, director, vice rectors, academic staff, colleagues and friends. Well, I think that most part of the journals was already mentioned by Ivana, and I thank her for the tremendous help that she has provided us and the support along the way. Regarding the International Journal of Education and Philology, well, it's an open access journal complying with well-established double peer review processes and maintaining high publishing standards that aims to collect current research and papers that provide in-depth discussions on relevant matters and issues in the field of education, contemporary teaching, foreign language teaching and learning, linguistics, and literature. As so, it contains both the theoretical aspects as well as the practical insights. It is a biannual journal published twice a year in June and December by Balkan University Press. The journal itself publishes papers related but not limited to the following areas and topics, such as English language and literature, English linguistics, foreign language teaching, teaching methodology, language teaching and technology, language acquisition, needs analysis, education, such as education policy, teacher education, curriculum development, teaching and learning technologies, approaches, assessment and evaluation, psychological counseling and guidance topics such as school counseling and guidance, career counseling, multicultural counseling, assessment and counseling, and so on. Turkish language and literature, linguistics, literature, and Turkish language teaching. The Volume 1, Issue 1, was published in June 2020. By now, we have reached a total of 5 volumes and 9 issues, 100 papers, and 80 authors who have published in IJIP along the years. It is in several databases, including EBSCO and MLA, and is recently, as Ivana mentioned, indexed in Copernicus. The editorial board consists of researchers outside of North Macedonia, of different institutions and universities, such as Bahçeşehir, Politehnica University, Timisoara in Romania, Trakya University, Universidad San Francisco de Quito, and so on and so forth. So this was more or less some of the main components and aspects of IJEP. We do hope for future indexations, and we are working very hard to gathering papers from authors not only from the region, not only from IBU, and from foreign authors such as Tunis and Somalia, who are authors that just sent their papers and are in the process of review. Our December issue will be hopefully by the end of December. So it's an honor to, as I said, be part of the journals, be part of the research and academia, and that's more or less all that I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Miftari Fetishi. Now we kindly invite Mrs. Lulieta Sadiku, editor of the Trends in Economics, Finance, and Management Journal, to the stage to share more about the journal and its contributions.
Honorable Director, dear Vice Rector, dear colleagues, dear guests, thank you, dear Rector, for inviting us here tonight and giving this opportunity to address this esteemed audience as an editor-in-chief of one of the journals of IBU. Actually, I am delighted to take this moment to reflect on the journey of this journal and share some thoughts about the aim, scope, and the future aspirations for the Journal of Economics, Finance, and Management. Actually, Trends in Economics, Finance, and Management Journal was established with the aim of providing dynamic platform of innovative and meaningful research in economics, finance, and management. We strive to bridge the gap between theory and practice, offering insights that are both academically rigorous and practically relevant. To date, we have published 6 volumes and 10 issues, and the 11th one is on the way. So we have selected some of the articles for this issue. We received, or were actually submitted, 13 papers, and I have selected 7 of them that will be published in the coming issue that will be at the end of December. Our work actually so far is a testament to the hard work of all contributors, including, first of all, the authors, researchers, the secretariat, I'm very thankful to Christina. The reviewers team, so we work hard to review the papers and to provide high quality papers for our journal. We are a team of 5-6 professors from IBU and also some other professors outside IBU that we are using as the second peer reviewer. In this manner, we try to increase the quality of the papers or of the articles of the journal. Another key milestone for our journal is our progress in indexing. As it was mentioned by the coordinator, so I forgot to thank you so much for your reports and help in every stage that we have had. Is indexing. We have provided previously some indexing. Recently, we were indexed by Index Copernicus. Our journal was also indexing that. And we are working on that direction to provide some area indexing, such as REPEC and EconLit. So these are the two indexes that I'm striving to have in the next year, in 2025, by providing the last issue in which I'm sure that we will have good research articles. We plan to further enhance the journal's visibility and impact by fostering collaborations with global scholars and embracing emerging topics, because this is very important for us. And I have sent, or I'm trying to promote the journal worldwide by, and this has an impact this time because we have received some papers from outside, even though we don't have time now to review, maybe for the next issue, they will be considered to be included. Our goal is to remain at the cutting edge of academic publishing while staying true to our mission of making a meaningful contribution to the fields of economics, finance, and management. And in closing, I extend my gratitude to all that contributed to the journal. Actually, your support and engagement are what drive the success of our journal. Thank you, Ivana. Thank you, Andriana. Thank you, Professor Elena. Thank you, our Dean, Lisa. Thank you, Professor Stajana, all of us that are from our faculty. We all thank you, Christina, that we are trying to make our journal really high quality. Together, let us continue to explore new horizons and shape the future of academic research. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sadiku. Now it is my pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Kira Sharlamanov, editor of the Journal of Law and Politics, to the stage to present the scope and vision of the journal.
First of all, it's my pleasure to address to this very valuable audience that is in front of me. And I have a few words to say regarding the journal that I am editing, and that is Journal of Law and Politics. Basically, we're trying to highlight research in the area of law and politics to, someone can say, very similar topics, similar areas of scientific research, but still different ones. But we are trying actually to motivate authors, people that are researchers, to write basically about topics that are covering scope of the research, but also topics that actually are more or less interconnected. So connection between law and politics actually to be something that can lead authors when they are writing their articles and so on. Idea behind the journal is, on one side, to put a little bit more attention to research, because it's important thing. It is not just teaching, but actually to have research, results of research, and also specific type of formatting of that research. It is actually more or less knowledge, pure knowledge, that actually needs to be published on one side, but on another side it needs to satisfy specific criteria, and research and papers on one side and journals on another are exactly about that. So they are bringing specific type of criteria. Someone already mentioned, I think Ivana mentioned that. It is about procedure, and there is in sociology many authors, to not mention Habermas, that was even for democracy, saying that actually procedural democracy, basically, he is speaking about. Procedure is the more important even than processes in itself and so on. So it is bringing quality in itself. So that is, for this reason, it is important. And when we're speaking about that, for this reason, it is important to have established publishing house that we are having right now. It's important from one, that someone can say that it is some small step because it is just establishment and so on. But we need to put that into context that we have in Macedonia and Macedonian University. I don't know other university in Macedonia that has its own publishing house, even the biggest one. I know that because I made a review in some journals for books that were published by universities in itself, not publishing houses. And when I communicated with the editors, they were confused regarding that, how it is possible university in itself, not publishing house, to publish books and so on. So it is weird situation, let's say, more or less, that we have in Macedonia in general when it comes to research, publishing, systematization of research through publishing it, and so on. So for this reason, it is extremely important that we are now having one publishing house that actually it is going to set the standards. I think more or less standards are here. We just need now to work a little bit more in order to increase them in the future. But that what we have right now, it is good. It is good beginning. I would like, when it comes to Journal of Law and Politics, to thank to Ivana that we are communicating regularly when it comes to publishing of new issues. By the way, we are having 4 issues, 4 volumes, of the journal. And also to thank our secretary, that is Omer Ulutash, that is basically engine that is behind the journal. So, and also something else, something new that all of you probably already know, because it was said even today, that we are having indexation in the Copernicus. Again, it is, someone can say, just first entities, maybe not the most valuable indexation, but because it's first one, it is important one. And it is also saying something about the process. It is saying about that, in which direction we are going as journal, but also as publishing house. And that publishing house that we have, including Ivana that we have, that is coordinating everything, it is very helpful for not just our journal, or for all the journals that we have. You need to have structure behind you when you would like to do something significant when it comes to journals. And now I think that we have it, and not now we are promoting it, but maybe 1 year ago, from the moment in which Ivana started actually to cooperate, to work with us. So I think that we're having now all needed elements in order just to expect even more successes in the future. So that is more or less what I had to say that is related with the Journal of Law and Politics. I would like to thank to everyone, and of course, I hope for new successes of the journal.
Thank you, Professor Sharlamanov. Next, we welcome Professor Dilcho Leshkovsky, editor of the International Journal of Technical and Natural Sciences, to the stage to present his journal and its contribution to the scientific community.
Very briefly, the vice rector gave me just 2 minutes because Professor Kira Shulamanov took my time. So, briefly means 1 minute. So, first of all, it's my pleasure. I'm honored to address you as editor-in-chief of the International Journal of Technical and Natural Sciences. It is official publication of the Faculty of Engineering, and it's published since 2020, 2 issues per year, and it covers wide spectrum of subjects in the fields of technical and natural sciences, such as computer engineering, industrial engineering, civil engineering, then architecture, physics, chemistry, applied mathematics, education, and so on and so on. Currently, we are working on the December issue, and our goal for the next calendar year is to work on increasing the impact through the increasing of indexation of the journal. So that would be all by me. So thank you one more time.
Thank you, Professor Leshkovsky. Now we kindly invite Mrs. Alexandra Ristovska, editor of the International Journal of Art and Design, to the stage to share details about her journal and its role in the arts and design field.
Hello, everyone. I brought our issue with me. This is our first journal of our faculty. The journal is International Journal of Art and Design. It's a huge step for us as a faculty because in our area of art and design, usually we are dealing with practice, but this time we will go with the research concerning our profession, which is connected with this kind of practices. Shortly, I would like to say thank you first to Ivana contacting us all the time, and Professor Vladimir Georgievsky to put his efforts to have this final issue. And also editorial board, I would like to thank two professors from our university, Professor Lazar Tripkov, Maja Jurevska, Professor Emil Beksovic, and also editorial boards coming from the other countries like Turkey, Czech Republic, and Bulgaria. And we are in contact to have more international editorial boards in the future. So this is a huge step, and I believe that we will have more and bigger issues in our area. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Ristovska. Next, we invite Professor Mariana Klemencic, editor of Balkan Research Journal, to the stage to introduce her journal.
Thank you very much. Dear Rector, dear Vice Rectors, and dear colleagues. The Balkan Research Journal is published in collaboration with the Balkan Research Center and Balkan University Press. And this journal is a scholarly platform that actually is interdisciplinary. We encourage and we accept papers from linguistics, then from architecture, law, politics, everything connected with the complex and multifaceted region of the Balkans. As an editor-in-chief, I would like to thank everyone who is included in this process, especially the secretary, Sonay Bila, who is not here, but also the editorial board, Ivana, and everyone else who is contributing. I would like to ask you for contributions and to help one more time, everyone. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be the editor. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Klemencic. Finally, we kindly invite Professor Maria Miloševskaya-Nakijevska, editor of the Journal of Balkan Architecture, to the stage.
I'm the last one. Good evening. So I'm the last one. I'll try to be quick because we don't have patience anymore. So our journal is new, Journal of Balkan Architecture. We will just publish our new issue. We have 8 papers. Most of them are from Macedonia, but one is from Slovenia, and we hope that the next issue will have even more international papers. The basic aim of the journal is to combine academia with industry and actually combine the theoretical insight with the practical work, which is very important for our profession, for architecture. That's why we have 3 different papers. The first one is scientific, which is related to the theoretical part, and it really has a wide scope, such as architectural design, interior design, urban planning, landscape, cultural heritage, historical preservation, architectural education, and teaching. So it has a really bright scope for everybody to find their field of interest. The second one is artistic paper, which is covering architectural installation, digital media, architectural sculpture. And the last one is project presentation, which is related more to the practical part. And that is how we actually combine the theory and the practice, which is very important for our profession. And we hope to have even more success than the first issue. I would really like to thank all of people that were involved, especially Ivana and the secretary Arbrecha Ibrahimi. She's not here, but she did an amazing job, and hope to have even more success in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Miloševskaya-Nakijevska, and thank you to all our editors for their valuable contributions. We are proud of the role Balkan University Press is playing in advancing academic knowledge. Dear participants and guests, we have reached the final segment of Balkan University Press opening ceremony and launch event. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for your presence today. Finally, we will crown our event with a family photo. I kindly invite you all to the stage here.
Geriye alın. Geriye geliyor. Kapatsana.